just roll, and while you're setting up, actually, that's actually more natural. You don't have to do the sitting in a chair interview, really. So it was John Law that kind of was the...
John Law was, I think, yeah, one of the first Burning Man people I met. Kimrick, maybe. I've known Kimrick for a while. And amazing, great, hardworking people. Just salt of the earth, real folk. And those are the people I want to work with. Turns out, people like Dana and Flash and that whole gang have just turned into fantastic friends, almost like family. And it's an opportunity of a lifetime to work with people like that.
How long have seamen been coming out to the desert? Oh, wait. Okay.
We've only done one trip to the desert before, and greatly looking forward to a second trip this year.
Is the show growing for this year? I mean, are you adding more machines? And...
Yeah, definitely. Changing quite a bit, I hope. And seems everyone's really excited about getting out there. I mean, the setting is so unique, nothing can compare with it. There is no reference as far as we're performing live somewhere.
And so, how long have you been doing seamen?
11 years, I think.
Wow.
And many different facets as far as a group. It's evolved and changed dramatically over those years. From almost strictly like a spoken word kind of show to just a power electronics noise show to art exhibits to full-blown performance art, fire-belching spectacle.
So did you have a background in this, sort of working with mechanical, robotic, electronic stuff, or was it sort of all self-taught along the way?
Little background. I mean, I've always been interested in mechanical stuff. In 1979, I worked in a factory in East Moline, Illinois, International Harvester factory, building combines and tractors. And I guess that was, I mean, besides like a little shop class in high school here and there, that was my introduction to heavy machinery. And kind of dabbled in it ever since.
No effect on the hangover, I assume.
Nah.
Probably helps get rid of it.
Oh yes, I need to grab a match.
You know, I've heard many people in Burning Man say that.
Yes.
I guess fire would be one of the common links to...
That's pretty universal with everyone in Burning Man. Yes.
I know Dana really well. Oh, wow. So was this used, is this one used in before? And oh, wait, this is this evolved out of the ministry? Is that the same?
Yeah, that was the original. It was kind of run on ministry.
But it didn't have, it wasn't a pope yet.
Dressed up.
Oh, right, okay. I've got a little footage of that.
What's up with this guy?
So he's going to be used in an upcoming show?
Yeah. His arms raise up and down, and both arms spit fire.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty great. And I can fire that up for you.
Yeah, it'd be great. So now is this going to be in a Siemens show or for Somar or?
Yeah, everything. It's
Kind of,
everything. I mean, I kind of had this idea, and I ran it by Dana, and idea of a pig pope kind of being, and we batted around some ideas. I built a linkage where the arms would raise and lower, and Dana and I met and talked a few times, came up with some ideas. I gave her the mechanical linkage and let her take over from there. And
Oh, so she actually helped work on all the mechanics or?
well, I did the mechanics, and then she dressed out the Pope.
Oh, great.
And then, so what we're going to see in a minute is the final collaboration between Dana and I.
Excellent.
It was like very competitive, I mean, people are competitive, but not in like a pecking way on each other. It's a healthy competitiveness, I think, and
Yeah, you don't see the sort of hierarchy they normally see with some either big festivals or large-scale events.
even large groups of people in general are a bit more competitive, and it's just like none of that happening with this group. It's amazing.
And also, as far as the Dante's Inferno theme, what kind of things are you working on for that?
We're working on a 3-headed Cerberus, and 3-headed dog that will be down in hell, and he'll need to be appeased and fed sacrificial feeding to keep him happy. And then we're working on the 3-headed dog will have 3 articulated heads, snapping, biting, lunging, and spitting fire. And then to get to that, you'll have to pass through the gates of hell, which is looking like it'll be about a 40-foot length gate, maybe 15, 20 feet high, and essentially try and get the entire festival to pass through these gates. The gates will be on fire. They'll have little devil beings on them prodding the participants through, and hopefully decorated with gargoyles and devil beings, whatnot.
Great. Basically, how do these pieces start out? I mean, do you draw them at first and
Usually, there's an idea. I have probably 10 years of ideas in notebooks, and the fun part's collaborating with someone. The Gates of Hell are hopefully going to be very collaborative with quite a few people, and I've talked with Larry Harvey quite a bit at length about the gates and what he's thinking of them and what I'm thinking and how we can pull it off. And so it's been fun collaborating with Larry about the Gates of Hell. And we've had some drawings, and I'll try some small prototype stuff just here in my shop to see what'll work or what won't and what seems efficient, and kind of just let it organically evolve from there.
Great. Would it be one operator on that, or
no? Probably 2 to 3 operators.
Several, like one per head or something, and wow.
I'm kind of playing with the idea of having a lame head, almost like one of the heads is kind of getting picked on by the other 2, and he's semi-disabled or the lame head, the gimpy head. And he'll still be able to do some things, but the other ones will be like turning and snapping at him a little more, and he'll be taking more of a beating, I think.
So this one's sort of it's on autopilot in a sense?
Yeah, we just turn on and let her rip. The clip is, hope just goes. He doesn't need much more.
Is it battery powered then, mostly?
That's electric, it's 110 volts.
Huh. So that's the extreme Pope on a rope there.
The idea, and Dana ran it by Dana, we batted around some ideas, and we ended up with this.
Great. Yeah, I've also seen, I guess you've done some shows at Trocadero and some other, bringing some machines around to some of these.
Shows at the Troc and Kennel Club, DNA.
That's great.
And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's real exciting to pack in a club and bring a bunch of fairly intense machines in there and doing it in close proximity of everyone.
An element of danger.
Yeah, as compared to like having lines drawn and barricades and keeping everyone back, being able to have it very interactive and more hands-on for the audience.
And that seems to fit right in with Burning Man, where the overall thing of sort of no spectators and everyone's a participant.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. All right, great.
Just the mobility of it. I mean, he can jump a curb, he can...
Is there a name for this?
Yeah, his name's Stretch.
Stretch.
And he's been a champ, just amazing.
How long's this machine been around?
Maybe a year and a half now. Kind of, I studied some backhoe arms to build this arm. Like went out and measured backhoe arms and checked out the specs on them to build the arm for this guy.
So this can he actually pick things up then in his jaw?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow. That's incredible.
Picked up a dumpster with it a while back. And we have performers right on the arm and right on the back of it. It's kind of going through some changes right now. I stripped off a bunch of the expanded steel and am adding some bars onto it. Change a little bit.
So do you have to go out on sort of collection runs and picking up raw material and?
Oh yes.
It's
It's integral part of the process is obtaining the right items.
real refined recycling sort of thing.
Yes, recycling is the key.
Right.